Aloha goddesses, welcome to Shine Online Day 7. I am so excited to be here. I'm very, very aloha today. You cannot tell. Coming to you from Kauai, island of Kauai. So I would love I'm just going to wait a second till some of you jump on, because I have some questions for you to start off with. So if you are live, tag some other people or post in the group and just let everyone know that we're live, so people can find us. Hopefully we are in the group today. I know yesterday somehow I was on the business page and not in the group, so I don't even know how that happened. Sometimes technology eludes me, but it all worked out in the end, so it's fine. So yeah, post in the group, say we're live, or tag if you have a business bestie or accountability partner, tag them in the comments so that they can find us. And I'd love to hear in the comments what comes up for you when you think of the word sales, or selling. And I know, like, if some of my clients are on here, there's a couple of my clients in this group that we've had like this ongoing conversation about this. And like, we don't even use the word sales because it's like such a trigger. So I just love to hear from you, like what comes up, and you can say like one word, or you can, expand on it if you want. But what really comes up for you when you think of when you think of sales and you think of selling and you think of this concept? Because I think a lot of us have this association with selling as like trying to talk somebody into something that they really don't need or really don't want. And so what I'm going to talk about today is branding and marketing in a way that's really authentic and really pure and true, and doesn't feel salesy and doesn't feel forced. So there's a process with this type of selling. It's different. This is the new paradigm shift. Things are, So Samantha said the word selling makes me feel nervous. I feel a lack of confidence. Yeah. It's like, oh God, I've got to sell something to somebody. And so if you guys are just jumping on, we are mentioning how we feel when we think about the word selling or sales. Someone is going to try to persuade me to buy something I don't want, is what Lynn said. So that's her association with selling or sales. So yeah, there's a lot of bad association with this word sales, or the concept of selling. So just share, what comes up for you, and we all have our own story around it, and that's fine. But what we are going to do today is we're going to do this paradigm flip. We're going to switch all of this. We're going to change our whole perspective on the idea of selling and all this. And trust me, I was terrified of selling. I was so nervous. Like when I first started my business, I would do these clarity calls, and I would be so nervous, oh my gosh, I want to sell them my program. I felt this pressure, I needed to sell them my program. And if I didn't sell them my program on that call, I was a bad coach, or I was a bad business owner, or I was a failure. There was all this stuff wrapped up in it. And I felt really, I felt really icky and really scared and really, insecure, like you're saying, Samantha, and just really I don't know, all this pressure, there was all this pressure, I had to figure out how to sell, and I didn't want to, and so there was this, I was fighting myself. So now what I do in my business is so much better and so much more freeing, and this is the paradigm shift that I'm inviting all of you to join me in the Shine Online program. And this is really the idea that you have so much value to bring to this planet, especially right now. We need your work more than ever, and your goal and your and if those of you who are popping on, I just really want to quickly get your thoughts on the word sales, or the idea of selling, and what comes up for you when you hear that word or when you think about that concept, and just share in the group, because I want all of us to kind of see where we're coming from and see and be able to connect around this. So just type in the comments how you feel when you think of the word sales or when you think about selling, and just that whole concept, like what comes up for you. Other people doing it to you, or you doing it to in your business or whatever. So the perspective shift that I really want all of us to start embodying is we have incredible value to share and impart on the planet. And I talked briefly about this, and I'm going to re-invite all of you to write down 3 things every day that bring value. Pressure and insecurity, says Anastasia. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt before. And so it brings up pressure. Yeah, pressure, a lot of pressure. So I really want to invite all of you to we're starting to build our value from the inside, starting to build our value so that we see ourselves as this incredibly valuable asset. And so writing down 3 things every day. Anxiety is another great one. Yeah, it's a really good one. Writing down 3 things every day that are how you bring value to this world. Things that you find valuable about yourself, things that you appreciate about yourself, things that you love about yourself, aspects of you that are unique or special or amazing. And this is the idea that we are constantly looking outside of ourselves for a validation. So like if we didn't make the sale, we're a failure, we're a bad business owner. We like get so knocked down, we get so depressed, we get so like, why isn't anyone signing up? Or when we talk to somebody and they're like, oh, like I can't afford what you have, we impart that as I'm not valuable. So what I'm really inviting everybody to do in this free training, and as those of you who choose to move on to the Shine Online group, what we're really going to be cultivating is our inner value. And when you have this sense that you are incredibly valuable, that comes from you, that nothing on the outside can shake, then when you have situations where you're like in a sales scenario, and I'll be kind of talking about how you can create a new experience around all of this, and you don't sell something, it doesn't affect your value. It doesn't affect your self-worth. And this is so important. And I was definitely somebody that was like, I don't have problems with self-worth. Like I have great confidence. Like I'm a really confident person. But underneath it all, if I really looked closely, I was getting a lot of my validation from outside sources. And it wasn't coming from me, which made it like this emotional roller coaster. It was so easy for me to get knocked down. It was so easy for me to get discouraged. And in this, I will share in this online space, you're like alone. It's not like you're like on a sales team. You're like doing your business alone. You're doing these like Facebook lives alone. You're like you're doing everything alone. And so 2 things. 1, I'm creating this community so that you don't have to freaking feel alone, because that has been one of the hardest things in my business, is doing everything alone. And it's, it felt very scary and it felt very isolating at times. And so the idea of building a business from a sense of community and a sense of collaboration is really exciting for me, and I hope it's exciting for you as well. And then secondly, the more that you just are so confident and true in yourself, this is going to shine through in all of your marketing. This is going to shine through in all of your like sales, all of your branding. And people are going to be magnetized to it, because ultimately we all want freedom. We want freedom from insecurity. We want freedom from fear. We want freedom of lack mentality and feeling like we don't have enough and not feeling safe. We want freedom from this. All of us, this is what we desire as humans. We want to feel connected, and we want to feel free from like all of this uncertainty and suffering ultimately that we experience as humans. And if you can be an example of, I am living in a state of freedom, I feel supported, I feel connected, and I feel confident in myself, people are going to like see that and be like, whoa. So every day, and I say every day, I don't do it every single day. I try to do it every day. I have a little reminder on my phone, and like a little in my notes in my phone, I write it. Sometimes I write it in my journal. 3 things that I value about myself, 3 things that I find valuable about myself. You know, it's like, I value my voice. I value my, like sometimes it's like things like, I love my hair today, or like silly things like that. Or it'll be like, I feel so proud of myself that I like accomplished this goal, or I'm really good at, you know, connecting with people and creating things like this, like bringing people together. Like, this is one of my gifts, like sharing my gifts to myself. And it's just like how you would build up like a child or like a student of yours, and you'd like give them positive reinforcement, doing it to yourself so that you're filling up your cup, so that you're building that innate value inside of you. This is the most important thing. You can do like every marketing strategy in the book. Trust me, I've done like a lot of them. I can give you tons of advice from personal experience. I've literally like tried almost everything. But if you don't have this locked in, this piece of your own innate value and you being someone who is imparting value to others on the planet, there is not going to, sales are going to be a struggle. All the anxiety, all the uncertainty is coming from you not feeling confident in yourself. So ultimately, you're trying to sell yourself on your own thing while you're trying to sell somebody else on it, and it's confusing. They feel confused. They're like, there's like some uncertainty here, and you feel confused, and you feel anxious, and you feel uncertain. Let's see if I find my... You put a lot of energy into it, Nicole, and then you're like, why aren't more people signing up? That happens to a lot. I can relate to that too. I value my curiosity, my love for effective communication. I value connection, and this is great, Krista. Okay, so I can't see all of your comment, Nicole, but I'll comment back to you later after the live. So when we're doing authentic marketing and not feeling salesy, this is a process that I want to invite all of you to do. So write down those 3 things. It literally takes like less than a minute. You can do it every day. Start building your own personal value. So that's just like a practice. I kind of want to review yesterday too. I don't know. We'll get back to that. I just want to like review the idea. Like, this is very important with marketing and sales. The idea of connection and collaboration over competition. Like, you're never trying to, with your branding and your marketing, say that you're better than somebody else, because all of us, this is how I feel, honestly, we're all the same. We're all special and we're all not special. Like, we all have incredible potential, the same potential. We all have incredible gifts that are totally unique, totally different. Our life experiences, our genetic makeup, our upbringing is all completely unique. And so there is no like direct competition ever. That is just not a thing. And like this new paradigm that we keep talking about is really the online space that allows you to be all of yourself and be 100% authentic, and not have to fall into this old mindset of like, there are limited resources and I have to like get the ones that are like available before somebody else gets them. Money is a like some of the principles I really want you to like take to heart is money is a renewable resource. You can always make more money. There's no need to hang on to it. The more that you let money flow through you, the more easily and effortlessly it's going to flow through. We have a lot of energy and like really possessive, like weird, like secretive energy around money, which has come from our parents and whatever, generational wounds. And so knowing that money is a renewable resource, that we live in an abundant universe, things are expanding. Our actual universe is expanding. There's scientific proof of it. I'm here in Hawaii, the plants are like going crazy. They're expanding beyond, like you have to mow the lawn constantly. You have to trim the plants constantly or they'll literally take over your house. It's like there's so much abundance and expansion available all around us. And the earth is renewing. Like we're killing the earth. We might die because we created such a polluted planet that we can't live on it anymore, but the earth will renew itself. She's so powerful. Like there is just limitless opportunities for expansion. And so just having this abundance mindset, as you come into your marketing and your sales is going to set you free. It's going to set you free from the anxiety. It's going to set you free from the fear. It's going to set you free from second guessing, and it's going to give you limitless energy. So Nicole, a lot of times what happens, kind of talking directly to your comment or question, is we're putting all of our energy into something, and so when people don't respond in a certain way, we feel depleted. And so shifting out of that completely and just being like, I am here to impart value, and me just doing that and being myself, I am going to receive. And sometimes you don't receive in the way that you think you are. Like, for example, I put a lot of energy into a promotion that I did a couple of weeks ago, I think. And the thing that differentiates it is it wasn't me putting my energy into it. I literally open up, allow myself to be a channel, and let the energy pour through. Obviously, I've done a lot of work. I've studied a lot of things. I have a business degree. I'm a health coach. I'm a yoga teacher. I've done a million certifications. I'm doing online trainings all the time. I'm working with a coach. I go to retreats. I do things to educate myself all the time. So it's not I'm just being possessed and channeled by something that's not me. It's my information, but I'm just kind of letting it pour through. I'm not putting a lot of energy, and what I mean by that is I'm not doing anything that doesn't feel really fun, really exciting, really easy. I'm not doing anything that doesn't feel really fun, really exciting, and really easy ever. And so when I pour the energy out, I don't feel depleted. I don't feel exhausted. I feel just as excited and just as energized. So back to my story, a lot of people didn't sign up for that particular promotion, but I ended up making money through a different way. Literally the next day I was laying on the beach doing nothing, and I started getting these text messages coming in about people that wanted to pay me for other things, not that program, something else, but I still got compensated is the point. We don't know, we get really attached to it has to happen this way, or if I try to sell this program and it doesn't go off, I suck, or I'm discouraged, I get drained and depleted and exhausted, and then I don't have energy to pour into it. So just thinking your work is super important, and the way to think about this is think about your bigger vision. So I want you guys to visualize, and you can write this down and you can post it in the group if you feel called. What is your bigger vision? Why do you want to help people in the way that you do? What is, and if you could really really let your imagination run wild, for me, I'll share mine. My bigger vision is I am living anywhere that I want to live on the planet at any time. I can just literally pick up and go, take my work with me and go, which I'm kind of doing right now. I'm collaborating with more women, which I'm also kind of doing right now. And ultimately, once all this craziness goes away, creating more live events. And those of you who live in Seattle have come to some of my smaller live events, my studio at my apartment. But I see it growing and getting bigger and bigger, and destinations I'm in Hawaii for a couple months. I'm going to do an amazing retreat in Hawaii, and I'm going to bring all these other experts and yoga teachers and coaches or whatever people together to collaborate and create this amazing experience for other women to uplift them, to heal the planet. And my goal is that women feel completely confident and valuable in their body. That is my ultimate goal. And the more women that feel that way, the more that my work is spreading like wildfire, the more that I'm doing the work of my soul and living my purpose. And so that is what drives me. That is the thing that drives me. All the other stuff doesn't really matter. It's just kind of details. And of course we need money to live. And of course I want abundance. I see myself, literally being able to fly anywhere, rent a beautiful home anywhere, or figure out something, eat beautiful, delicious, organic food all the time, be able to afford to go to yoga or whatever movement practices I want, be able to afford to buy whatever I want, clothes or makeup or whatever. I see myself just having always have money for all of my desires, and being able to spend money on causes that are important to me and make a difference and support small businesses and support other, smaller grassroots things that I believe in. I see myself as this person that really has all this abundance, and in some ways I am living that life, but it's bigger. My vision is bigger than how I'm living right now. So there's always like room for growth. And when you think that way, you get really excited and you get really inspired. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll write down the beliefs and the actions and the energies and the experiences that I'm having as that woman. Like I write about like the amazing live event where like we're coming together and we're collaborating, and like the transformation people are having, and how I feel and how I believe that I can do anything, and how I believe that I'm like I feel successful, and I feel like not only externally validated but inside, like I just wake up in the morning, I just feel so grounded and peaceful, knowing that I'm living my purpose, knowing that I'm living to my fullest potential, knowing that I'm financially free and supported, and I can trust my business to support me. And so really just like, I cannot stress this enough, getting into this, like the next level mindset and like where you want to go, and like your why, like the thing that like motivates you and inspires you, and like connecting with that energy is incredibly powerful. And then from that place, once you're there, so spend 5 minutes, spend 30 minutes, whatever it takes, meditate, visualize, journal, write about it. Like I call it writing my reality, and I write it in the present tense as if it's already happened. And I write about me already being there. And in some ways, like it will happen fast, like maybe 6 months ago, I was writing about being able to like travel freely, blah, 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 blah. In the last 6 months, I've been to France, I've been to England, I've been to upstate New York, I've been to Hawaii twice, which is weird. So I've been traveling a lot in the last 6 months. And so just creating these experiences where you in your imagination, but you're in the present tense, what it does is your subconscious mind kind of gets tricked, and it's like, oh, we've already done that. Like we've written about it a million times. Like you know what it feels like to do it. And then it just kind of like starts happening. You're like, oh my God, this is like what I was writing. I was laying on the beach yesterday, and I was like, this is exactly my visualization that I was having in Seattle 3 months ago before I booked my trip to Hawaii. You know what I mean? That I was laying on the beach, the sun was on me, I could hear the lapping of the waves, and in my visualization, I was on this like empty beach, and like all the beaches are empty here in Hawaii because everyone's like, there's no tourists, and I mean people are going to the beaches to like exercise and swim and stuff, but it's like very quiet on the islands because everyone's social distancing. So it's been incredible to see how quickly these things can manifest when you go back to it every day. So it's not like, oh, I did it this one time. I like created this is what I used to do. I wrote down my future vision, and it was great. And I did this whole visualization. It was so powerful. So I'm done. And then I just go back to thinking and acting how I used to act. And I'm like, why isn't anything changing? This is a practice, ladies. If you want to create massive abundance and you want to have like this presence that people are drawn to online, you got to return to the practice. You don't have to spend hours a day on this. It can be very quick. Another thing that I do, I'm just giving you like all my secrets right now. The other thing that I do that's incredibly powerful, I did it this morning, was I create an audio. So writing it down, like, this is how I feel. This is what's happening. Like, I don't have to do anything to receive like amazing, high-paying, high-value clients. I, get to do the work that lights me up and inspires me and motivates me. And it feels fun, and it feels easy, and it feels effortless. And as I do the work of my soul, I am divinely compensated. And the easier it gets, the easier it gets. And I have limitless time to create all of my ideas. And I get monetarily compensated for everything that I create. And I have a positive impact on everyone's lives that I touch. And like, I just go on and on. I create this dialogue that is how I want to feel. Maybe I don't quite feel like that yet, and the outside evidence does not show me that's who I am yet, but I am embodying it, and I write it down, and then I create an audio. And I will listen to that audio in the morning, right when I wake up, a lot of times. Sometimes like at night as I'm falling asleep, or if I'm like just like around the house doing chores, I'll just like put in earphones, and I'll just like listen to the audio of myself talking as my future self. In the present tense, it's always in the present tense, and it's incredibly powerful. So a lot of information about that future vision. This visioning is very, very important. But this is where you create your branding and your marketing, from this space. So as that woman who has already had the incredible collaborative huge events in beautiful tropical locations around the planet, how am I feeling? How am I presenting myself? how am I working with my clients? And I really tap into that energy and I post from that energy. I post from that place and literally with the confidence of that woman. So we are so powerful as humans. We have the ability to visualize, and our subconscious mind literally doesn't know the difference between what we visualize and what has actually happened. Like our subconscious is just kind of there, like on autopilot, kind of just repeating what happened yesterday. So if we can start to create these experiences where we're experiencing like these epic things just in our mind, in our writing, in our listening to our audios, in our thoughts as we're driving, as I'm driving, like I'll just be like running my inner dialogue of my future self just through my mind, you know, as I'm like walking, I'll like when I go like for walks or hikes or exercise, like I do it. So just different time when I'm washing the dishes, I do it. So just like really embodying the energy of the successful entrepreneur that's helping dozens, hundreds of people a week. I don't know what your vision is. In this certain way, you feel this way, you look this way, you're doing this, you're talking to your friends in this way, you're thinking, like your internal dialogue is a certain way. And from this space, you feel this like, it should feel light and easy and expansive. It shouldn't feel forced. You're like, what feels really fun to share and what would be in direct alignment with my future goal? Not what do I think people will buy right now because I'm coming from a lack mentality and I'm like not sure like what to sell or how to sell it and I'm getting anxiety. Like I am a powerful, successful woman. And so obviously people are going to buy this. And actually what happens if they buy it or not, it doesn't even matter because you'll just create something different and you'll sell that. Like it literally doesn't matter. And maybe you'll get money. Maybe you'll get like I started getting random checks in the mail from like an injury that I had a couple years ago. The hospital was like, oh, we like overcharged you and like refunded me. But my insurance had covered it. So it was like money that I never spent getting sent back to me. Like weird things started happening when I opened up to this abundance mindset. And so when you're marketing from this space, you are writing from that space, you are sharing images from that space, you are being the version of you that is already where you want to go. Like we have this idea of like, I'm there. So like that's an illusion because once you get there, there's always somewhere else. There's always further that you want to go, which is great and amazing. So keep expanding. Like as I'm like, oh, like a lot of aspects of my vision are coming true and I'm living them. Like, okay, what's the next vision? What's the next vision? Like always expanding it, always growing it. This is really the tool and the process that will help your business expand and grow quickly and exponentially. And this is the process that I use, that I see a lot of other coaches use that are very successful. And it is the idea that people are buying your energy. They're not buying like, they want to see all the details. I've been encouraging you guys, write down the features. They want to see that information. They want to see the results. That's really important. So we need these like concrete things in place. But people are ultimately buying your energy. So you're selling a feeling. You're selling an experience. And so the more that you can really do what feels easy for you and exciting for you, there's not going to be like a heaviness around your offerings. There's not going to be like a should energy around your offerings. And so this is really the process. And from this space, the key is when people reach out to you, remember, you are always offering value. So, and honestly, you don't need to like post things that are like, here are the 10 steps. You don't need to post like, I think people get overwhelmed with the idea like, I've got to create like really valuable content that, you know, where I'm like really sharing like a bunch of information. So if that feels easy and light and fun to you, by all means, do it. When you feel inspired, do it. But don't force yourself to like put out like content that's a certain way or like a specific like format or like a certain amount of information or like shared in a certain way, because people are going to feel the like heaviness around it. And they are going to sense that. Online, like you're not in front of them. They're just scrolling and you want to captivate them with like, ooh, this just feels different. There's all this like fear and anxiety and uncertainty out there right now. And then this post feels so good and feels so light. You're literally infusing your future self, your successful self's energy into every post, every message that you write, every interaction that you have. And if you're doing like marketing and it's starting to feel really like heavy, take a break, pull back, do a meditation, do something creative and fun that like lights you up. Go for a walk, go, play with your dog or your kids or whatever, like get out of your like funk, and then return to your future self and that ultimate vision and your deeper why, like why you're doing this work, and connect with that energy, and then reinfuse that into your verbiage and your marketing and your videos and whatever. And I just cannot stress this enough. If it just starts to feel like a lot of should and work and obligation, literally just stop. Don't do it. It's a huge waste of time. Trust me, I have wasted thousands of hours doing exactly that, and it's brought me like almost zero money. Or kind of like Nicole was saying, I'll just like pour so much energy into something, and then I'm like, oh my God, like I like spent hours and hours and hours, and I got like what out of this? Like $200, or you know what I mean? So the more that it feels easy, the better. And there was something I was going to say on that topic that just kind of slipped away, I think. It'll come back. But, so really, then what I was going to say before that is when people reach out to you and they're asking about your services, don't try to sell it to them. Don't push them. Don't try to convince them that they need it. You can definitely this is what I would recommend. You can ask them questions, qualifying questions. So qualifying questions can be things like, if you know what your symptoms are or your pain points are for your ideal client, like for example, for the Shine Online community, the what my ideal client would be experiencing is she's launching a brand new business. She is looking for clarity around her messaging, around her products, around her services. She is looking for a strategy, an online strategy to make more money. She is looking ways to leverage and scale her business so that she can work less and make more money and create more, what's the word? Money on autopilot. I can't think of the word, but you know what I mean? Like, she can be making money in her sleep, essentially. Like, these are the things that she's looking for. And she's probably pretty new to the online space, or she's just ready to really ramp it up. And she wants to tap into the quantum field. She wants to tap into things feeling easy and effortless and having that quantum leap that feels like overnight she became this massive success. And, if that is you, or that is the woman, then I can ask those kind of questions and I can qualify her. And if she says yes, 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 that's a good sign. Asking, and if she says no, you just know like she's not an ideal client. You can be like, well, I mean, I don't know if this program's for you. If you want the information, I'll give it to you. But maybe it'll be inspiring. And sometimes people that say no to all the things still want to sign up and work with you. But the idea that you're not trying to sell them, you're just asking them questions. And then if they're saying yes to all of them, you're like, this would actually be a really great fit. Here's the information. Let me know if you have any more questions. Like, it literally, that's all it has to be. And not creating, once again, back to what I said at the very beginning, it doesn't matter what happens with her or him, the client. What matters is that you stay steady, because a lot of times right before I get like a big sale or like a really big week in my business, I'll have like the week before, I'll have like a couple people reaching out to me, and they I think they might sign up, and then they don't. And like, it's almost like I'm kind of honing in my energy to pull in like the right clients and my messaging and everything. But it's like, I'm kind of getting like not super ideal clients, like potential clients, like before that. And so the old me that was not tapped into my future self and the quantum field and all this freaking goodness that I'm sharing with you guys. The old me, when I first started my business, would get super discouraged and then I would just drop off. So I wouldn't stay consistent. Now, even though the people don't sign up, I stay consistent and then I get that boom of people signing up or whatever, you know, like money coming from some other source sometimes. So just this keeping your energy consistent is the most important thing, because that is going to be the foundation for you to have authentic, beautiful marketing. And the other thing that I want to just kind of end on is that when we are marketing online, people need to see our content, they say, an average of 12 times before they buy. And I definitely have experienced anything is possible. So I've experienced literally like somebody seeing one of my posts one time, me friend requesting them. I mean, this has happened a couple of times actually, like me friend requesting them and then them seeing like some other posts on my wall and liking them. And then literally like seeing a post that was like, I'm doing this program, reaching out to me, like literally paying me like $6,000. And we became Facebook friends like 48 hours prior, and they've like not seen my content 12 times by any means. I mean, that has happened a couple of times. So anything is possible, and don't get attached to any of these like marketing rules. Like, do not get attached to them, because that will just limit you by all means. But that being said, for a lot of people, they want to see your content a lot. So that doesn't mean that you have to like come up with like all this crazy content and be like writing constantly, but you want to get some things, and you can share the same content maybe with a different picture, change the wording a little bit, kind of different variations of it, but you want to be posting consistently every day in your stories, on your page. You want to be reaching out to people consistently. Maybe if it's just like, I'm going to reach out to 5 people a day, let them know about my new online business, whatever feels fun and easy and effortless for you, because you don't want to start reaching out to people with like, I have to reach out to like 30 people and like I'm only on 20, and you just feel tired and exhausted by it. But you want to be consistent. So ultimately, you're starting that consistency inside with you owning your value, and you are imparting value. Even if you are sharing just your experiences, your story, or sharing something, testimonial. We've been talking about this last week, testimonials from previous clients, or even people who you did free sessions with, testimonials from them. Even if you're just sharing this kind of stuff, it doesn't have to be like you're sharing like a specific type of content. Just you sharing any of that is bringing value. Your confidence and you having this online platform where you can sell is an inspiration to others. Your work, you would be sharing no matter what. Even if you want to think of it like this, even if you had $100,000 in the bank, would you be still sharing inspiring content? Would you still be posting inspiring messages and putting yourself out there? Because if the answer is no, then I would reevaluate what you're doing. If you're just doing this to make money, it's gonna be an uphill battle. If you're doing it for a deeper purpose, you are gonna start attracting people, because that is where the authenticity comes in. Because you wanna do this work no matter what. Of course you wanna make money doing your work, but you want this work that you're doing fills you up. It lights you up. Like, I love, like what we're doing right now, I freaking love this. This makes me feel so good. I love sharing this wisdom with you. I love sharing my experiences with you. I love connecting with women from around the world and creating community. Like, this just like feeds my soul. It energizes me. And so I don't get off these lives and I'm like, God, I poured so much energy into this. I hope freaking somebody signs up for my program. Honestly, if nobody signed up for the Shine Online program, I would still be super happy with this experience that we've created here. Honestly, that's how I feel. I feel so incredibly good about it. And that's the energy that you want to bring to everything that you're doing. Letting go of the attachment of a specific result. Of course, you can have sales goals. You can have all these goals. You can work towards them. But when you're so like pushing, that's how you get depleted. That's how you get exhausted. And that's how you're like, why the hell did I start this business? This is so much work. But when you let your deeper why and your vision, my flower is getting droopy. start pouring through and you let that light come through, you are adding value to the planet without doing anything. Like just being yourself, you're adding value. And that is going to make you more attractive. It's going to make selling easier. It's going to make your branding easier. It's going to make everything easier. When you're thinking about branding and marketing, there's not a special trick. You want to think about who, like, just sharing like we talked about the very first training, sharing your story, sharing aspects of you that are going to allow you to feel connected to other people. People want, like I said, that connection. They want to feel connected and they want to feel freedom from the suffering that they're experiencing. And so if you can create that, a connection where they're like, oh my gosh, she went through something that I went through, or she's, experiencing this and that's what I want to experience, or whatever. Or she lives here and like, I want to live there, or, it could be anything. Like I've connected with people over pets, over places I used to live, over like hobbies that I've had. Like I've had so many weird connections with people that became clients. So just the more that you share just about what you're going through and share about who you are and share about your struggles and share about, your experiences with your clients and what you're passionate about and your deeper whys and just being just yourself. And then this is the most important part, ladies. If you are going to post anything online at all publicly, there needs to be a call to action. And we're going to talk more about this and what that means. But there needs to be a call to action. There needs to be like, join my Facebook group, sign up for my email list, go to this page, go to my ManyChat link. And I'm going to do a little video in ManyChat about how I set up my link for you guys so you can see, because I was a little confused when I first signed up. So those of you who are doing the ManyChat thing, you do it through your Facebook business page. So I'm going to do a post also to have everybody share their Facebook business pages because I want to like everybody's and I want everyone to like everybody's. So we have the Facebook business page and then we can link that to the ManyChat and I'll do a little video on like how I set that up and I'll post it in the group later today. But a call to action. So whether that's like message me, comment yes below, leave me a private message, which I already said, here's my ManyChat link, here's the link to my blog or my website or whatever. Leave, because if people like what they're reading or they like what they're seeing and they want to connect with you, you want to give them that opportunity. You don't want to leave them just like hanging like, well, that was great. Like, what does she even do? Like, what is going on? Because for years, people would be like, what do you do to me? Because I was just like kind of posting inspiring stuff and I thought I had to like post a bunch of free content before I could sell anything. And that did not really grow my business or help me in any way. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people liked my stuff and I had engagement, but it's like I didn't have a lot of clients signing up. So you're running a business, you're not running a hobby. And it's really important to create those calls to action. So we covered a lot of information here. I'm gonna do a quick recap. I cannot see any comments, so oh, here we go. Oh, these are old comments. I don't know. Let me see. Yes, I like this. We're 99% the same. Exactly. We need the connection, but that 1% is unique and like none other. Exactly. And that's what we want to focus on, the 1%. Okay, let's see here. Oh, sorry. Is there any, there we go. Just trying to see if there's any questions. If you guys have any questions, post them and I will address them. I want to be consistent. Yes. So the consistency comes, I would say, God, this is weird right now. Sorry. The consistency keeps like flipping. The consistency comes from you connecting to that bigger vision. That will bring the consistency. Trust me, I am not a consistent person. I do not have like a daily ritual. Like I don't have like pretty much any rituals that I stick to every day. I meditate like 95% of days probably, but I don't do it at the same time. I don't do the same meditation. I like brush my teeth. That's really like the only consistent thing that I do every day at the same times, because I do it when I wake up and when I go to sleep. But like my days are very random. I'm not a consistent person at all. And I'm not a structured person, and I'm not an A-type personality. I'm like none of those things. And for years I was like, I can never have a successful business because I don't have all these like attributes and personality traits. When I connect to my bigger vision and my why and what motivates me and what drives me and what I want to feel and what I want to experience in this lifetime, and I be truly unapologetically like just go for it, like don't feel bad that I want so much. Just say like, you know what? I want to live this crazy, magical life. And I don't care if people feel like, if they have some weird reaction to that, like it doesn't matter, because ultimately it's going to inspire more people than it's not going to hurt anybody. It's actually going to inspire most people. I get to be too much. I get to shine. I get to be like wildly successful, and I get to like have fun doing it. And I get to like spend most of my day like on the beach or being outside in nature or just hanging out with like my friends and loved ones. And I get to make money and I get to be successful. Like all of this stuff where you feel like it's either or, like just end and like let yourself go there. Let it like be big. And when you connect with that kind of energy, it helps you be consistent. So like the one thing that you should consistently, I don't even want to use that word should, the one thing that I'm inviting all of you to consistently return to, which I do myself, is this practice of stepping into your future self, stepping into your bigger vision, stepping into your why every single day, whether that's writing it, whether it's just like talking to yourself, whether it's visualizing it, whether it's creating the audio and listening to the audio, whatever way. And you can reach out to me for support. I have like a million ways that you can shift your inner dialogue using these practices. This is going to create the consistency. This is going to create the consistency. So every day, write 3 things that that are you bringing value to yourself. You are affirming how valuable and how needed you are and how important you are and how beautiful you are, and just complimenting, acknowledging your accomplishments, lifting yourself up. 3 things every day. Connect with your bigger vision, your why, exactly what I was just talking about. And from that place, post and share every single day. Do not skip a day. Do not skip a day. If you do, that's fine. But pick it up the next day. Don't fall off and be like, I skipped a day, it's over. All or nothing. We've all experienced. I know I've experienced that, the all or nothing. Oh, well, I didn't do it yesterday, so maybe I won't do it today. I'm feeling kind of unmotivated. No, go back to your bigger vision, go back to your why, and start connecting. Whether you're posting on Instagram, Facebook, in your Facebook story, your Instagram or story, whatever, sending private messages to people, texting people, emailing people, whatever it is, do at least one thing every day, if not all of them. You can do 10 things a day that are selling or marketing, that is you sharing your authentic truth with the world and creating a call to action. So the third thing is, return to your vision, post every day, and have a call to action at the end of your posts. And your posts can be just beautiful, personal, magical posts. They can be inspiring. They can be just, what you're really feeling called that the world needs to hear right now. It can be your personal experience. It can be an experience of your client. It can be anything. There's no formula. I would say the formula to follow for marketing and sales is what feels good to you. What feels easy to you? What feels easy to me and what feels easy to you are going to be different. Like for me, getting in front of like a bunch of people and talking feels really easy and fun. For a lot of people, they're like, oh my God, doing a Facebook Live would be terrifying. So maybe you don't do any Facebook Lives. Maybe you never do Facebook Lives. You can do that and you can make a lot of money in your business. But you have to be following what feels good for you. You can't be following what feels good for somebody else. You have to be following what feels good for you. You specifically, you only, nobody else. So that is you connecting with yourself. You know what I mean? And those 3 daily compliments, doing your meditation or your journaling or whatever your self-care practices are, taking a bath, taking that time for yourself, filling up your cup is so, so, so important. Like we've heard a million times, like put on the mask for yourself before you put it on somebody else. If you're going to be of service and help other people, it starts with you. It starts with you filling up you being selfish, you owning your desires, you owning what feels good for you. And from that place, you are going to have limitless energy to pour into other people. Trust me, I have freaking limitless energy to pour into other people all day, every day. I just take on more and more clients and I feel just energized and excited by it. And I feel like I'm actually doing less work. I know that sounds weird, but it's because I have the belief that I can expand time, that I'm the creator of time, and that I have limitless time for all the things that I want to do. And I make money no matter what. I don't have to do anything to make money. So with those beliefs in place, even though I'm getting more clients, I literally feel like my life is easier and more effortless than it's ever been. And I'm like literally laying on the beach, just soaking in the sun for 2 hours yesterday, just feeling incredible and swimming in the beautiful, clean water. Just so much magic. So anything is possible. You can create anything that you desire. I don't know if there's any questions here. Thank you, Allison. Oh, thank you, Lynn. Nice compliments, you guys. Yay, yay, yay. Yes. And this is so powerful, what's happening right now. This collaboration, us focusing on positivity, us not complaining, us focusing on what's right and what's inspiring and what's motivating, and lifting each other up, and us affirming that and building that internal dialogue and those belief systems of abundance and of positivity and of expansion. So much goodness. This is everything that's going to be inside the Shine Online. If you guys are interested, I didn't post it in today's link, but there's a ManyChat link that I'll post in the comments. If you guys are interested in learning how ManyChat works, if you're interested in learning more about the Shine Online program, I'm sending people information there. I'm also going to start posting more in the group, and I'm going to share a sales page with you guys, and you guys can see different ways that I'm going to sell that particular program. And it's a group program, so it's a little bit different than like a one-on-one program, but you can use all the same ways. So there's a lot of ways to sell, and like they all get to be really fun and easy. I love using ManyChat because it just brings you to Facebook Messenger, and you can just leave voice messages to people, and you can just like copy and paste information about the program to people. You don't even need a sales page. You don't even need like anything else. Like literally you can sell everything on Facebook. I've sold like, I would say 95% of my clients and money within my business have come from Facebook, not Facebook ads, authentic connections via Facebook, absolutely free marketing. Just doing exactly what I just described to you guys right now. Sharing my authentic truth, connecting with my future vision, and sharing from that energy and being that version of myself brings that into my reality. It manifests it, and it like literally happens super fast. It's really exciting. So anything is possible. It gets to be really fun and easy and effortless. I'm so excited to hear all of your guys's. I've challenged you guys to post in the group. This is what I'm selling. I want everyone to promote other people's stuff. I want you to start sending out private messages to all your friends and family and connections and community, letting them know what you're doing, letting them know about your offerings, giving them a way to connect with you, maybe on your Facebook business page. And also I'm going to be sharing this, maybe tomorrow or the next day, how to build your list to do in Okay, Taffy, I'll reply to your comment with the link to the ManyChat, Taffy, so that you have that information after I get off the live. And then how to set up a list so you have an email list, because this is a great way to kind of collect followers, and like we're all on people's emails list, and they send out like newsletters, and you can send out one a week or you can send out one a day. I usually send out like 3 a week, if not more. And so I'll give you an opportunity to get onto my list. I'll show you how you can sell just from a list, and how that works and how you can set up autoresponders. I'll do little videos for you guys in that. I am going to share with you, how to use Aweber. That's the program that I use, and I'll share with you why, but I'll give you some resources for some others. Aweber, I pay a little bit of money for it, so that's the only thing that's kind of like a downside, but for me, it's been really worth it. And I have sold a lot of things to clients via my list. So it is a very useful tool because you get like, subscribers and they want to hear what's going on with you, and it directly goes into their inbox. So email marketing is not completely dead. It's still a great resource, and it's something that you own, like your social media. You don't technically own your social media. Like, it could get shut down at any time for any reason. So you build this whole following on social media, and then what if it gets shut down? I don't think it ever will, but potentially it could. The email list, you legally own that list, so nobody can take it away from you. So that's kind of cool. So I have a lot more goodness to share this week. So we have so many more things to talk about. And if you guys are interested in the Shine Online program, I will leave the ManyChat link. You can request some more information there. I'm going to be sharing with you more about ManyChat and more about Aweber and more about every possible way that you can sell your programs online and make money and have fun doing it. So I will see you here tomorrow. This training kind of went long, but I'm excited that I was just super excited to share all this with you guys. So I'm excited to share this content with you, and I cannot stress enough how important it is to just connect with that vision. And I would love for you guys to share some of your visions in the group, and we can really collaborate, because this requires some writing. Write it down. Take what is in your vision, in the ethereal, in your imagination, and ground it into reality. Write it down for us and share that with us so that we can all celebrate you. Share what you're selling, say what I'm selling in the title, and share your product. Who is it for, the problems, or things that they're kind of suffering from. What are the features of your program? What are the results of your program? So we've talked a lot about that. And if you message me on ManyChat, I will share that exact format that I'm using, that exact same format for my ManyChat responses for the Shine Online program. So you can kind of see what I do and kind of copy it and just do, use it for your own, not copy it exactly, but you know what I mean? Use it as a template and kind of start promoting your programs in the same way. So, interested in all of that. Okay, I'm going to comment to you guys with the ManyChat link, and I will see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place. And I love you so much. Thank you so much for your engagement, for your positive energy, and just everything that you've shared in this space. It's just been pure freaking magic just to connect with each and every one of you. I love you, beauties. This is Kate in Paradise. I see you shining.